Hi, welcome to the Nurtured Budget. I'm Michelle, a 36-year-old mom from Indiana. I'm a small business owner and a cash budgeter on a journey to live debt-free one envelope at a time. I follow the budget by paycheck method and the zero-based budget to make every dollar count. On this channel, we go over monthly budgets, cash stuffings, reallocations, and savings challenges. Happy Thursday. Today we are going to be doing my budget with me for July. I am going to be doing something different this month. If you watched my last budget with me for June, I said that I was going to start using my budget planner that I created, that's available on my Etsy shop. Right now I am taking a small break, but I will be back in July. So what we are going to do this month is something different. I'm no longer going to be using my budget by paycheck by the Budget Mom. I have my new A5 planner that I purchased from Christina Loves Planning. And then I have created some dashboards and bookmarks. And then I also have my budget planner in here, which is available in a digital download and actual physical copy. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I've kind of gone through and set up some of my categories. I don't think I'm going to be using any sinking fund trackers right now because I track all of that electronically. I have my debt tracker. Then we have category spending. This is one of the things that I want to see. I want to be able to see what I'm spending at a glance each month. That's why I track all of my expenses so I can see that. Let me get my electronic budget and we will go ahead and fill out my calendar. I forgot I needed to print that, so let me go do that. Okay, I am back. I have my electronic tracker. I've gone over this before, but if you are new, I will go over it again. This is my I have my monthly expenses here, and then this is my weekly weekly expenses for my 3 bank accounts that I have. So I have my income, my bills, plus my debt, subscriptions, cash envelopes, and then savings and sinking funds. I may put my debt into a new bucket here because I have added a lot of new sinking funds. So I have that space now. Before, these two lined up and I didn't have that space in there to do that. But now that I have this gap here, I'll probably push my debt down here and see how that looks with that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this away. I still need to have access to this because I have my June budget in there that I need to finish out. It's so big and I love this this book so much, but I just needed something different. So I'm gonna take out the calendar right now. I like to be able to just take this out and work with it instead of having this where I have to keep flipping and I can't take things out of it. So I like the idea of my A5 planner better than the actual binded or binded binder. So that way it might be a little bit easier to film and it's less space taking up on my desk because my desk isn't big enough as it is. So first thing, I like to just go ahead and fill out my calendar. That way I can see all of my bills at a glance on my calendar. And then recently I started checking them off as I paid them. Just like another method of knowing what comes out when. So I'm gonna just do my Wednesday. I'm gonna do PD for payday, or should I do PC? Well, I've already committed to PD, so we are gonna just stick with that. This month I have 5 checks this week, so that is always great because that means I have a lot of extra money to play with that I can put towards debts or towards saving or a combination of both. I typically have been doing both because I want to get out of debt, but I also want to save so I don't get into more debt. And the more I do it, the easier it becomes. Like, I can't believe I'm already on my 7th month of cash budgeting and doing this whole YouTube thing. It's been a great process to be a part of, so I'm happy that I'm doing this and on this journey. I've been able to save for future expenses and not accrue more debt. Yes, baby. I may start highlighting each expense too, so I know the category. I've done that back and forth because like right now it looks kind of plain just with nothing on there, so I'll probably go through and highlight as well. And then let's see, so the 9th. So I believe the gym always throws me off, but this should be how it is right here. It's every other week. We have the 9th, my printing service. That seems like the best option for printing. And just pay one monthly fee. They send me a printer and they send me ink when my levels are getting low. And it's been working out. It's a very cost effective. See, when I talk and try to do something, I end up doing the wrong thing. Let me know how everybody's week is going. We've had a good week here. It's kind of chaotic as usual. There's always a lot going on, it feels like. But I think that's just part of life and being an adult and having kids. Life tends to be chaotic. So we are just surviving here. I ended up combining my Apple Storage and Apple Music just as one because they come out on the same day, and it seems silly to have two separate charges on there when I know what they're both for. It just took up more space, so I just decided to make it one day. And I'm all over the place. Like sometimes I'm writing garbage or sometimes I'm writing the actual name. I don't know where I'm going with that. So I recently switched my car insurance too. I've been with Geico for a very long time, but it felt like it was such a high payment. So I went and shopped around, and I found a way cheaper insurance. It ended up saving me like $100 and something for a 6-month period, and though it doesn't seem like a lot, it adds up for like the whole year. So I switched to Progressive, and we will see how that goes. It's the same type of coverage. I actually have a little bit more coverage on the Progressive than I did with Geico, so that's always a plus. Okay, and then so we did medical, then we have our mortgage. Okay, so let me go through and I'm gonna go ahead and highlight these items. To make it a little bit cuter. Is that the right word? And then
No.
I think that's all I have for personal. I do have prescription on here, but I always go back and forth if I should include it or not. So let's just put prescription here because it's every month I get it, and that's something that I include under personal. I do prescription in my gym. I think that's one of the things that you learn too is like, you know, what's the best category. Sometimes it can change, just because as you grow and figure out what's best for you, you realize, oh, maybe this isn't really working out how I wanted it to. So let's just switch it up. I think that's the great thing about being able to cash budget and doing all the things with it. You can change it at any point in time. It's your budget and you make it work to fit you and your life. So I love that. I forgot this gym here. And then utilities, we have garbage, gas, electric, and Comcast, and mortgage. And then my car insurance, that is under car. So I should see this monthly cost come down a bit since I was able to save that. So I don't think I have any important dates I want to put on here, any reminders. This is one of the options that I have for my budget planner. I have two font options. This is my bold option, and then I have a fancy option. I like this font, and then I like the other one. I can show you the different ones because I have it in here. Let's go ahead and put this back because we are all done for this for now. If I find I need to add something, I will just add to it later. I made these bookmarks. These are also available in my shop. And I have this budget planning matte vellum sheet that I created as well. If you purchase the planner, it does not come with this, but it does have a sheet that says budget planning on here that would normally be here. So here is my fancy font. This is the font that I originally started the budget planner with, and then I moved towards the other font. I have a few fonts that I alternate back and forth. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and this is one that I've always used along with the fancy. And then I have a cursive. There's 2 cursives, and yeah, so that is good with we're all done with that. I'll probably update this off camera because I have to update all of my prior months from my budget month planner, so I will not do that on camera because that will literally take forever. So let's go into my budget planning. I am not going to be doing the paycheck planning because I have it on here. I was simply doing this because I had this book, and you know, I realized that I just have this. I don't need to be creating extra work for myself because it can already be a lot, and if I'm ever starting to feel overwhelmed, I want to do something that's not going to make me be overwhelmed. So I have this in here just simply so you can see like the layout of it, but I'm only going to be using this cash planning right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And then it's double-sided, so like if you're flipping, this is like the next week. So let's go ahead and get into here. So the first one that I'm going to be planning for right now is my first paycheck in July, which would be 7/2/2025. And the amount that I'm going to be cash planning, I have $550. So what I do, again, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but what I do is I put in all my bills weekly, and then whatever I have left over at the end of the week, I will then figure out what weeks I'm gonna cash plan for. I don't do every week because I don't have a bank that's super close to me, and it's hard to like just find time to drive to the bank before they close with my regular job. Even though I work from home, they don't open before I start working, and then they close right when I stop working. So I could go on Saturdays, but I get paid on Wednesdays, so it's hard for me to wait until Saturday to do a cash stuffing. So that is why I do that. But so for this first week, I'm gonna do $550 because that's what I had left over. I'm doing $875 total for the month. We'll do $325 on 6/17, but I'm not gonna do that one yet because I want to make sure that's what I'm gonna be doing. Things change so much, so I don't want to fill it up and then have to like redo it, because that tends to happen a lot. I always want to wait until it's really close. So what I will do is I will zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit closer what I am doing. I have my cash envelope categories, so I'm gonna go ahead and write those. Like I said, I have $550. Let's put this up here. And I'm gonna grab my calculator just so I can have that. And $550. And so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna worry about because I'm gonna be doing, sorry, I'm going all over the place here. I'm gonna be doing my wallet, and then I have a couple of sinking funds that I'm gonna do as well, because I am having 5 checks this month, so I have extra income that I can put towards my sinking funds. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do that. Let me see what I have for all of this. So I have 645. So I'm doing okay. So I know that like my groceries, I always need a lot at the beginning of the month because we do a Costco run, and we always spend a lot of our money at the beginning of the month. We try to go to Costco and Sam's once a month, and that typically falls at the beginning of the month. So I think for this first check, I'm only going to be doing my wallet because that's the most important thing to me. I need to have my spending money. I can wait for my 7/16 check to do sinking funds because they're just savings. So let's see. I can't do my full amount because I need 645 that I'm budgeting total, so I only have 550. For groceries, I want to do 400. And then eating out, I want to do 100. Kids and self-care. So I'm doing 10 and 10. So we'll minus 20. So that gives me 30. Okay, so what I will do is, let's fix these numbers. So I'll do my full amount. I have budgeted for the whole month 125. So let's go back to 550 minus 125 minus 10. So that gives me 405. So I will do 405. And that gives me my 550. So what I will do is my breakdown here. How do I want to do this? I'll probably do 50s and a 5. I did create I think it's in here. I created I don't know what envelope to call it. Hold on, honey. Hold on 1 second, please. Okay, sorry about that. I had my almost 3-year-old climbing and wanting something. Yeah. So what I did was I created a food envelope, so I don't have to carry all my money in my envelope since I have smaller envelopes in the A7. So I'll probably only take what I need and put it in my envelope. That way it's not so much, especially until we do our Costco run. So what I will do is so we need 8 50s. We'll do 1 5. Eating out, we will do, let's see, we have 125, so let's do 2 50s, a 20, and a 5. And then for the kids and self-care, I'm gonna do 2 5s for each of them. Okay, so for 5s we have 1, 2, we have 6. 20s we have 1. 50s we have 10. Oh, whoops. I did that on the wrong line there. Okay, so then that gives us 30, 20, and then 50. That should be 500. Um, 50 and then 500. Right? Yep. Okay, so that is all I have for this cash planning. I don't like how that erases. Okay. And it could be because of I have a mat on my desk, and so it's like soft. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in here. Like I said, I'm not gonna be using this just for looks. I have this, so I truly don't need to use this. It's just extra work. I'm so sorry that I repeat myself because I've said that a whole bunch. But yeah, I just want to reiterate that I'm not using this because it's just extra work for me to do when I have this. I was only using it because I had bought it and I didn't want to waste it, because I realized like, wow, I kind of really didn't need it. So I'm like, darn, like what do you do? So yeah, but that's okay. So that is all I have for this month's budget with me. Very short and sweet, to the point. I'll fill out some of my other things on the side. Let me zoom back out. I'm not gonna do my cash breakdown just yet, just in case something changes. It always happens. If I do it ahead of time, something changes and then I have to change it. And again, that makes more work for me, so I'm just not gonna do that. So I will fold this, and I can keep this in this pocket. I love these little pockets in here. It's great. I have a pocket here. We have all these holders, and then there's some pockets here. Like I love it. So yeah, that is all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this budget with me for July. I can't believe it's already July. Wow. So I will, well, it's not July yet, but I can't believe I'm already planning for July. So I will see you guys on my next video, which will be my first, I will see you guys on my next video, which will be my first freebie Friday of June. I hope you guys have a great one, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.